CFA Level 1 November 2025, with just about 3 months left for your exam. What should have been done and what should you do now? Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tanishka and I hope you all are doing good. Today's video is especially for my CFA Level 1 November 2025 viewers. So you have just about 3 months left for your exam on an average, and I'm going to be sharing with you a checklist of what should your next steps be. So let's get started. But before that, if you're new to this channel, then please take 1 second to hit the subscribe button. If you've ever liked my work even a teeny tiny bit, then please join the community by subscribing to the channel, and while you're at it, do not forget to hit the bell icon so that you're notified every time I post a new video. And for the very kind people who have already subscribed to the channel, thank you so much for joining me in my journey. I hope we stay together till the end of time. Okay, I always say this, that people giving their exam in November, the CFA exam in November, मुझे सबसे ज़्यादा बुरा आप लोगों के लिए लगता है. I feel the worst for you, not because the exam is the hardest in that attempt, not any such thing, that's just a myth in case you've ever heard it, but because your exam is coming literally in between the festival seasons. Especially if you're from India, August to November is like the toughest time to study. August to December, if I may be honest, because there is Raksha Bandhan, there's Ganpati, there's Jamnashtami, there's Navratri, there's Diwali. There is so much happening now that no matter how hard you try, थोड़े बहुत distractions होते ही हैं. So that's why I'm gonna count only 3 months, even though you have a little over 3 months. You have about 3.5 months left for your exam, technically, because you should also count 3 months. Maybe you can even count 2.5 months, if I may be honest, because be realistic about it, that a few days will go in these festivities. And believe me, this is something I have seen throughout the years, right from my CFA level 2 exam, which was also in November, to all my clients. No matter how hard you try, November देने वाले बच्चों के some days in between are always, I won't say wasted, because you're also living life. You can't just keep CFA as your life, but they are taken away from your study strategy plan, because you can't ignore these festivities. कहीं ना कहीं distraction आ ही जाता है. So count it as 2.5-3 months. Be realistic about it. Now, ideally, best case scenario is you complete your entire syllabus, your first detailed reading, by 1st October. Brilliant place to be. Average case, not at all bad, most people do it, is 15th October. Again, very average. If your exam is on 12th November, by the way, then please make this 12th October. Otherwise, 15th October is a great place to be. Worst case scenario, your first detailed reading should be complete by 20th October. If it is dragging above that, please reconsider your plan. Completely change your plan and see what you can do better, what can you improve, so that you complete it by 20th October, because you would want at least those 15-20 days of revision, right? Itna you'll need it. No matter how well your first detailed reading is, a little bit of revision is always required, because you need to learn how to bind all those 10 subjects together as well. So that revision period is something that people count as very, very important. Now, August onwards, so let's say by mid-August, by 15th-16th August max, you should complete ethics no matter what. Uske baad you can continue doing the remaining subjects, but try to get done with ethics by August 15, because if you have time from August 15 to November 15, which is roughly 3 months, take those 3 months to practice ethics. Minimum 4 to 5 times a week you should be practicing ethics, like 10 questions. Minimum 4 to 5 times a week is very, very essential. Ethics, once you read, is not difficult, but the practicing bit is the difficult part, in the sense that the questions get tricky, and that's the only way that you can get strong in ethics, by practicing questions. The more questions you see, the more you understand, okay, this can be a loophole in the standard, this can be a loophole, this may be ethically very correct, but there is a gray area that I can find. So even if when you read it theoretically, you feel like, yeah, I'll be able to find all the loopholes, you won't. You'll need to see different situations, which is different questions, to understand, okay, this could be a loophole, okay, that could be a loophole. Many people initially struggle with accuracy in ethics. It's completely fine. Keep practicing. If you do that for 3 months, by the exam time, your accuracy will automatically, without any effort, increase. Okay? Now, we all have certain areas that we are weak in. Okay? It's a by default thing. There could be quants mein koi chapter you're struggling with. There could be derivatives mein one particular concept, like say the Z spread, that you're struggling with. It could be anything that you're really struggling with to understand one thing. First of all, there will be some gray area in certain points, no matter how hard you try, right? There are some concepts that you'll get 125% clarity only once you reach level 2, and some when you reach level 3, and some when you maybe start working. It's very normal. I'm not saying that you should learn everything by heart and not get conceptual clarity. No. Aiming for 80 to 90% conceptual clarity should be your goal. But like I said, we need to be realistic and understand that there will be 10% lack of conceptual clarity in certain places. It happens to almost everybody, right? I have so far never seen a person who has 1000% concept clarity in every single concept, every single subject, every single chapter. That doesn't happen. What you should do is till end of September, try your best to get that concept clarity. If there is a concept that's troubling you, try till September end to find a way that you can understand it better. Maybe ask your teacher, maybe ask ChatGPT, maybe ask Gemini, maybe read about it, maybe watch a YouTube video about it, whatever it is. Try your best that, okay, I know one thing about it, but I'm still, having certain doubts. Let me get a little bit more knowledge about it. Do that till end of September. After September end, like from October, don't bother. If you still feel like, no, bro, this is that 10% that's going in my gray area, then only study it from exam point of view. Like, just know what you need to know from exam point of view कि okay, अगर इसमें से 3 question आए, I can do at least one of it by default because I know what it means. I don't understand why it means what it means, but I know what it is. You get what I'm saying? So till September end, do your best to understand why it means like that. The whys, try to answer all your whys. If it still doesn't happen from October, only do it from exam point of view. Having said that, make sure the ratio is not more than 10%. The remaining 90% of the syllabus, you should have strong conceptual clarity. Don't try to just mug up things. You will, first of all, it's impossible for anybody to mug up data or information from 90 plus chapters. CFA level 1 has 90 plus chapters. You will completely fail, I'm telling you on your face. If you don't understand what things mean, you will not be able to pass. It's not possible for you to remember information from 90 plus chapters on the same day at the same time. So 90% conceptual clarity lao, understand things, okay, I don't mug it up, but I know what it means, so I know I'll be able to answer it. The remaining 10%, try your best, but if it's really not happening from October, don't bother. From October, play on your strengths majorly. जब बोलते हैं ना, when you're on the battlefield or when you're close to the battlefield, know what you're good at and practice that so well that no matter how hard the situation is, that one strength of yours will take you forward. Okay, so use that strategy. Okay, yes, very very important. Before the October period, that is before your first detailed reading gets complete, whether it's 1st October, 15th October, 20th October, ideally before 1st October, have a formula sheet in hand. Every chapter ka formulas should be written on one sheet. So for example, you have an FSA formula sheet. FSA chapter 1, these many formulas. Chapter 2, these many formulas. Have it all collated at one place. It will be a lifesaver in that last 1 month and even more in the last 1 week before your exam. I promise you, you won't have time to go back to 90 chapters, right? But if you have all the formulas and all important points listed down in one sheet only, it's easier to read those 5-6 pages as a quick revision. It is tried and tested. I have done it. All my clients do it. It always helps. Along with the formula sheet for level 1 candidates, very, very important. Before October 1, you should have this. If you have it now, great. But before October 1, you should have made an IFRS versus US GAAP sheet. Okay, because FSA is quite lengthy. FSA is the only subject in your course which is not only lengthy but also has a lot of mugging up, right? And there's a lot of points that are the same, but it distinguishes between IFRS and US GAAP, and that can be tricky. Many people struggle. Many people also fail because of this slight mistake. The best way to navigate through this is from day 1, have a sheet ready. You can have it online, you can have it written. Written is best. Have a full sheet. IFRS on one side, US GAAP on one side. As many chapters as you're reading. Chapter 1, कोई एक distinguish आया. Okay, distinguish. Chapter 2, 1 distinguish between IFRS and US GAAP. Everything is under that sheet. You don't need to go back to FSA again. Even if you just read that sheet, you will be sorted. काफी हद तक. That sheet and your formula sheet, right? It's a lifesaver. From October onwards, the last 1 month, you will need to follow a strategy called cumulative revision. I have a detailed video on this already, so you can check it out. You should know what it means. And in the last 1 month, please prioritize institute questions only, right? If you have the time to do anything else, fair, but if you don't have the time, prioritize institute questions. Always understand जो paper बना रहा है उनसे better nobody can tell you what to do. Before October and also a little bit in the last month of October, in these last 3 months, please pay a lot of attention to the blue box questions. Whether you're using Schwezer, whether you're using Institute, it's fine. Whatever material you're using, उस material के blue box questions जो inside examples होते हैं, pay a lot of attention to it. A lot of the chapter is explained in those blue box questions, and it's explained in a way that really simplifies things. A lot of blue box things usually, again, there is no guarantee to this, also signify important concepts. So since it's important, they can be testable material. So always focus on blue box material and not just seeing it. You should always solve the blue box questions to the T, right? Very important. The last thing that I'll tell you is, in these last 3 months, try to stretch your hours a little, right? So for example, if so far you were studying 1 hour ke stretch mein, 1 hour then break, 1 hour then break, which is great, nothing about it. Study the same hours in the total in the entire day, that's fine, but try to sit for longer gaps. Try that by October you are able to sit at one place at one time for 2.5 hours, because I have seen that in the generation that we are living, reels wala, shorts wala, we have such an attention deficit that we quickly just we lose it. So many times what happens is, even if you are very good with the syllabus, you've studied well, you've prepared well, but you have so much mental fatigue, you're not able to sit at one place for 2.5 hours to solve the paper. You get distracted very soon, you want to leave, you get fidgety, you get restless, and that does affect the paper. So from now onwards, try to sit for longer stretches. अगर आप अभी दिन में 5 घंटे पढ़ रहे हो, continue to study for 5 hours, but instead of doing 1 hour every 1 hour then break, 1 hour then break, try to sit for 2.5 hours, a proper break, then again 2.5 hours. The goal should be that eventually you can aram se sit without getting distracted, without getting demotivated, without getting fidgety for 2.5 hours. And this will only happen when you start doing it now. तब जाके October end तक होगा. And I know this sounds silly, but I've actually seen a lot of people unfortunately fail because of this, because by mid paper they're like, I'm too tired. Your brain automatically shuts off. It's not that आप जान के करते हो, आपका brain ही बंद हो जाता है. So you need to train your brain that, listen, 2.5 hours तक my focus has to stay in one place. I should have that mental stamina. Okay. So we've come to the end of this video. If you still have any other question, let me know in the comment section and I'll do my best to help you. If you like this particular video, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see you guys very soon. Until then, keep sparkling and definitely keep learning.